Hey guys, welcome back to Gears of War, and well, today we're going to be talking about the top 5 best boss fights, in my personal opinion. Starting us off at number 5 is the Lambert Bruno, as we see it tear through some Pox soldiers. Now, just as the normal Berserker, this one focuses and relies on charging. However, the main reason it's on this list is because, well, it survived a Hammer Dawn strike, and a long one at that. The fight itself has multiple stages where at one point where you damage the chest, it will start leaking emulsion, making the arena more dangerous the more you damage it. Seeing the combination of Lambert and Berserker is awesome, and seeing it tear through some Carmines is terrifying. So, that's why it's on this list. Going into number 4 is, well, Scourge, one of my personal favorites ever since I was little. Scourge, the reason I thought was cool is because of his little staff as the 2 lances, and it was so cool seeing his introduction of him chainsawing a centaur tank in half like it was nothing. The next time we would see Scourge is all the way near the end of the game, where we would actually fight him on the ground and then on Reavers. The reason I like his fight a lot is because he has so many attacks, from going from his little staff, lancer staff, or 2 Gorgon pistols, ink grenades, tickers, using pillars, or stalactites. It can be a lot to monitor, however, the main reason I do like him is because his design is awesome. Very religious, but very zealous looking. The only unfortunate part about this guy's boss fight is, unfortunately, you don't get to kill him yourself, as more it's the Reaver and he dies from the crash. So, that kinda sucks. Now the next boss fight is a bit out there, and that is being Wakatu, which is from the Hivebusters DLC campaign from Gears 5. The main reason Wakatu is on this list is because, well, it's not a grub, robot, or, well, you know, Lambert. This boss's design is probably the most unique in the game, being the most, I guess, natural, if anything. The boss fight itself is pretty simple, where it only has shoot the weak points whenever they pop out, and it uses acid. This is it, but I do like the small, simple, and classic. The main reason he's on here is, well, it's unique, being, well, normal. Coming in at number 2, well, is General Rom. General Rom has more of a demanding presence compared to Scourge, and, well, his intro shows us very much so. Picking up Lieutenant Kim and just basically gutting him. General Rom I have a love-hate relationship for, though, because when I went through the campaign on the hardest difficulty, which I totally recommend that you do it, because your sanity will be gone, General Rom is easily one of the hardest parts, and, well, my friend and I spent 2 hours on this fight. General Rom is armed with a Troika turret, his Krill, and, well, Darkness. And he is a very opposing force, and honestly, is a classic boss fight. Oh yeah, and the setting's on a moving train because, I mean, why not? Now time for some honorable mentions. These are boss fights that, well, they felt cool, maybe realistically weren't good enough to make it on this list. Gears 4, the Giant Carrion fight. This guy is incredible, and he is fun to fight since you're using the mechs. However, the fight feels a bit simple, and kinda out of the blue if anything. Now, the Lambert Bruno. This boss fight has a lot of meaning behind it, meaning that it's showing, well, the Lambert is coming for the next game. Except the boss fight itself is you hammer it on it 3 to 4 times, and then that's it. So it feels very uncreative, but story-wise is a great moment. Now time, finally, for my favorite boss fight in the whole Gears of War series, and this one surprised me, but replaying it recently made me love it again. Gears of War Judgment, being the black sheep of the Gears of War series, has probably my outright the most chaotic boss fight ever, and that's what makes it super fun. I had no idea what was going on, but the boss fight felt enjoyable, where you fight in the memorial, and, well, you fight a giant scary crab, and the amount of chaos of the elite troops that you can activate to come in there, and the boomers, there's so much going on. It spits lava or something like that. I was surprised that Gears of War Judgment had my favorite boss fight, and, well, this show's for it. What was your guys' favorite boss fight in the entire Gears of War series? And you know what? I'll even put Gears of War Tactic in there. If you have a favorite boss fight from that, say that in the comments. And, well, what was your favorite Gears game altogether?